let's move away from that to a goat, your club's goat attacking your goat in quotes now. That is Thierry Henry attacking Cristiano Ronaldo. And I will not call it attack, so that people will not take this out of context. It was more of criticism, a strong criticism, and it boils down. It came from Portugal's draw against Cape Verde, against DR Congo rather. Sorry, Portugal's draw against DR Congo. I mean, Henry said Ronaldo was all about himself, not about the team, and that was the reason why they drew that particular game. I know Henry is your legend. You support Arsenal. Ronaldo, you've told me that you want him to win the World Cup, but because he's your goat and the rest of that. But if you look at that game critically, and this is just what I feel, I might be wrong from your own lens. I feel Ronaldo made it about himself. There were, the 2 chances or 3 chances that he had the opportunity that he attempted to score, he was not well positioned. The player behind him who had a better shot at scoring than him. I would have expected that he left the ball for them, but that didn't happen. What do you make of Portugal's performance in that particular game? I know you've said a lot about it on your post. And what do you make of the criticism of Thierry Henry? And the other criticism was the other person in the studio with Henry, if I'm not mistaken, that's Ibrahimovic, said Ronaldo should do football. Football has left him. What do you make of this comment and the performance so far?
Okay. See, football is all about bias, right? Football and bias is something that is insane. When Ronaldo does well, or when Portugal does well, it is all about Ronaldo. When Portugal does not do well, it's all about Ronaldo. When Argentina does well, it's all about Messi. When Argentina does not do well, it is still all about Messi. It's the bias. I promise you, it's the bias, right? And now, here's the thing: Portugal's performance. Let me take it one after the other.
Okay.
Thierry Henry. I've seen some people come out to say that who is Thierry Henry near Cristiano Ronaldo? Thierry Henry cannot lace the boots of Cristiano Ronaldo. I've seen people say quite a number of things like that. Put Henry's Ballon d'Or on the table. But then people will also say, put Cristiano Ronaldo's World Cup on the table, right?
True.
I even saw somebody say that Thierry Henry scored 411 career goals or something, and that Ronaldo's right leg alone scored over 600 goals. Can you imagine? Now, here's the thing. I think it was quite an unfair criticism from both Henry and Zlatan. I think it was. Mr. Mayawa, you mentioned the chances that were created. Mr. Mayawa?
Yes.
If I want to give you games so that you know that I'm giving you games. France versus Senegal. Mr. Mayawa, do you remember the chance that Olise missed?
Yes, true.
Do you remember the chance that Mbappe missed?
Yes, he missed a couple.
Do we remember those chances?
They won, so we are not talking about it.
Exactly. That's what we're saying. You will not remember the chances that were lost if you.
I didn't look at it from that perspective. This is a new perspective.
You will not remember the chances that were lost if you had created many more chances to score. I'll give you another example. England, Croatia. Before Croatia scored their equalizer, the 1-1, do you know how many chances that England lost? That's one. When they were 1-1, when the match was 1-1, there was a particular sequence of play where England should have gone like 3-1, 4-1 up. There was a fantastic save from the keeper, Harry Kane's header, Elliot Anderson's header, what's it called now? Nico O'Reilly's header, back-to-back misses. Who remembers those misses now?
Well, England won 4-2. Nobody talks about it. And also, they are not talking about the crappy defense of England. Nobody's talking about the crappy defense of England.
Who talked about because the way they dribbled John Stones? Nobody's focused on that.
True.
Everybody's focused on the fact that England won, Harry Kane got a brace, Saka did assist. Everybody's focused on the positives because they got the results. Mr. Mawa, you want to talk about Ronaldo's 2 chances that he missed. The only reason we want to talk about it is because we did not see any other chance.
That's true. That's true.
Bruno Fernandes, oh my goodness. Bruno Fernandes, best player in the EPL, record holder for the number of assists, chances creator, highest chance creator in the EPL, 136 chances. This brother did not create any chance in the match. Until the 92nd minute, he created one.
True.
One.
True.
Vitinha. So when we do these things, again, as I said, I think it's just an unfair criticism on Cristiano Ronaldo. And I think it's unfair because to say that he made it all about himself is funny. It's very, very funny. Because which ball did he even get that he made about himself? You want to talk about that chance that Bruno Fernandes was right behind him. If he's Mr. Mewa, you know Ronaldo. He is a poacher for crying out loud. At least he has changed his kind of game. He's a poacher for crying out loud. He will go after every ball that comes. Are you kidding me? Imagine if he scored. Let's imagine that he scored. Would we have shouted that I was supposed to leave it for Bruno Fernandes?
No, everybody would have celebrated him. I mean, he would have met the 16-goal record at the moment, and everybody would have celebrated him.
Exactly. When we talk about these things, let's put them into a bigger context. I beg. Let's watch these things closely. The only reason I saw what's it called? João Cancelo scored a goal that was teamed offside. Somebody said Ronaldo raised up his hand to say offside. Go and watch every of Portugal's goal. Go and watch people are very funny. Go and watch every of Portugal's goal that another player scores. That is the same celebration Ronaldo does. He raises up his hand. Go and watch the goals that Portugal players, that's not Ronaldo, that they score. The first thing he does is to raise up his hand. Why are you people being intentionally disingenuous because it is Cristiano Ronaldo? And I don't want to join the bandwagon and say, Thierry Henry did not, does not like Cristiano Ronaldo. His time at Arsenal, you obviously tell that there was a feud between both of them. Young Cristiano Ronaldo coming into the Premier League and a legend like Thierry Henry, who is Cristiano Ronaldo to want to prove himself against Thierry Henry and whatnot. Then we have Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Is it not normal that Zlatan will say something like that? I mean, it's Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Now we know what Ronaldo did to him.
True.
You score, I score, you score, I score, you score, you cannot even score again. We know what Ronaldo did to him. So to say that the football has left Ronaldo is a very, very funny thing to say, because look at his movement of the ball. That is where you need to know that this guy still has it. He made runs behind the defenders. As a striker, what is he supposed to do?
Make runs and put himself in position to score goals.
Make the runs. Look after João Neves's goal from a brilliant Nuno Mendes cross. Please, how many other crosses did these guys make that was beautiful into the box 18 of DR Congo? How many? Off the top of your head, you can't count how many they made into that box that was brilliant enough to want to connect to score.
That's true.
How can you have the best midfielders in the world and you had one shot, Portugal had one shot? That's terrible. It is not a Ronaldo thing, it is a Portugal thing. That's why so the reason people will pile on Cristiano Ronaldo is because he is the main man, and that's fine. I'm sure he's used to it by now. That's fine. I hope that when Portugal eventually wins, they can give him all the credit that he deserves as well. I hope they will say that as well.
If he scores an hat-trick like Lionel Messi, maybe he gets all the accolades.
Mr. Mayowa, I promise you that as I am right now, as a Ronaldo fan, as a Ronaldo fan, I don't even want him to score again in this tournament. I just want Portugal to win that World Cup. If Portugal win that World Cup, we will have conversations. Even if he does not score, conversations will be hard. Look, I'm serious. How can you have the best trio midfielders in the world? Bernardo Silva. Do you know how many matches Bernardo Silva has played for Man City?
Bernardo Silva was horrible in that game. They had to substitute him, and I was a bit shocked. I was like, what's going on here?
Pedro Neto should never start. Do you see those two players? Bernardo Silva, Pedro Neto, don't start them again. We watched Nigeria's Portugal match. Conceição was much more Conceição was be better. He came on and you can see that he could dribble, he could dazzle, he could move forward with the ball. Look at Bernardo Silva. Come on now. When people, and the funny thing is, I just think that people like Thierry Henry and Zlatan, they should know better. They should know better. Especially someone like Zlatan, who will not necessarily drop deep, will not be able to dribble so much to come and get the ball. His own also is a lone striker up front, right? He's a lone striker up front. So you will get the ball from players that will pass to you. You should know better. If you are not giving the ball, you do not get the ball. Thierry Henry can still come back to midfield. He can dribble. He can do whatnot, a lot of those things. So he might not. But you that you are Zlatan Ibrahimovic, you are literally just there up front. So how in heaven's name do you come out and say that the football has left Cristiano Ronaldo? The football, are you come on now. Come on. I just think that here's the thing. I do not think let me just wrap it up by saying this so that people don't think, oh, I'm tilting towards Ronaldo very much or something. Ronaldo did not have the best of games. That is the truth.
Sure.
However, Portugal as a team did not have the best of games. We can mention 4 or 5 players in that Portugal team that had worse games than Cristiano Ronaldo in that particular match. And these are world-class players. This is not the time when Ronaldo had Quaresma, Eder, Danilo, Joao Simeone, Joao Moutinho. This was not that era. This is the era where he has back-to-back Champions League winners. This is the era where he has the record holder for the most assists in the EPL. This is the era where he has the finest fullbacks in football. And none of them, not one of them, could live up to expectation. And you want to put it all on Ronaldo? No. You can't do that. You can't do that. When Messi had Higuain, Lavezzi, Aguero, when they were missing chances upon chances, they came for them.
True.
After Messi won the World Cup with McAllister, Enzo, look at the way people were praising them.
True.
Compared to Lavezzi and the rest that Messi had in 2014 against Germany. What are we saying? You have the finest of players, and look at what they put up. It was a terrible performance from Portugal. You cannot say Ronaldo is the problem. It was a terrible performance from Portugal, and I think that right now Roberto Martinez needs to begin to look into his selection. If those players cannot set up properly against in their next match, he should bring on. I do not think that Bernardo Silva and Pedro Neto should start that match. Conceição and Joao Felix. Joao Felix has been able to maintain a very good relationship with Ronaldo so far in the Saudi Pro League. They have close to 50 goals, if not more, amongst them. Bring him on. What are we saying?